Valve recently messed up really bad in the eyes of a lot of fans. Basically, they told some game developers that were really passionate about Counter-Strike that they can create a game using old Counter-Strike assets way back in 2017. Then, just days ago, when the game was completely finished and ready to be released, everybody was really excited for it. Valve just completely shut it down, never to see the light of day. Let's dive into what this game even was, why people were excited, and why Valve took it down. Right after a word from today's sponsor. Skin Club is a popular CS2 case opening site with a ton of different provably fair game modes, like case battles, upgrader, and more. They also have daily cases, a ton of different deposit methods, and just as many ways to withdraw your winnings. And the best part is, if you wanted to try it out, you can use code DNB or the link in the description below for a free 7% bonus when you deposit. They also have a limited time event going on right now where you can earn rewards just by playing on the site. 18 plus only and play responsibly. And huge thanks to Skin Club for sponsoring this video. So this game was called Counter-Strike Classic Offensive. Eventually they had to remove Counter-Strike from the name, so it is now just called Classic Offensive. And they got really popular over time, especially considering that people knew about this game for like 8 years. It had a lot of time to gain traction. And looking at their trailer right here, it got 600,000 views in just 5 days. People were really excited for this game. And as you can tell, the reason why is because it meshes all of the best parts of Counter-Strike. It had some aspects of 1.6 and a whole bunch of other old Counter-Strike games, but the gameplay was based off of CSGO. This game was basically like the best of all worlds combined in a Counter-Strike game. And as you can see here on their website, they started in 2015, basically as a mod to make CSGO feel more like 1.6. And then they released their initial mod and it quickly became the #1 ranked mod. It was really popular. Then a bunch of YouTubers like 3Clicks Philip and War Owl started making videos on the mod. And this right here is the most important part. They created their Steam Greenlight page and it got to the first position in just 5 hours with 43,000 visitors and 28,000 votes. After a month, they had 118,000 votes, basically keeping them in the top position. They got in Faceit. Faceit basically made a lobby for just the mod. Their Steam group reached 20,000 people in just 6 days. And after a month on Greenlight with 118,000 votes, Valve greenlit the project to release on Steam. Now, this is the most important part. Their page was on Greenlight so that they could get approval from Valve to put the game onto Steam. And Valve gave them that approval. Then, as you can see, after the project was approved, they started working a lot on the game. All of these additions right here are basically just more updates that they added to the game, such as adding new maps, adding new guns, and just improving the game. They were adding whole new different game modes, adjusting the footstep sounds, basically doing everything that they possibly could do. And as you can see, they were working on this game a lot. I'm just scrolling through this very quickly and you can see that each one of these entries is like a new update to the game. Well, obviously, as I've said before, people were really excited for this game and it was set to release on Steam. But just one day before it was set to release, Valve sent a cease and desist letter to the creators of the game, basically saying that the game could not and never will be able to come out. As we can see in the official letter, they said after 8 years of development and despite being officially greenlit by Valve in 2017, we are devastated to announce the cancellation of Classic Offensive. This decision follows abrupt actions by Valve that prevent us from releasing or continuing development on the project. Basically, what Valve said was that after they submitted their game for review in October of 2024, they were rejected in January of 2025 with a generic response stating that the game was, quote, not a good fit, even though the project was greenlit 8 years ago. And then they tried to release their mod on a different website that wasn't Steam, and they then received a cease and desist notification from Valve just hours before the launch. And Valve clarified that releasing Classic Offensive would be distributing derivative content based on their intellectual property. So basically Valve said that if they released this game, they would be stealing assets and redistributing them without the permission of Valve. And as we can see here, the following things are the only things that Valve will allow in terms of modding: skins in maps published through Steam Workshop, maps developed using Valve's Hammer editor, original non-commercial games created with the Source engine from 2013 that does not use Valve's IP, mods based on Half-Life 2 or Team Fortress 2, and projects that have received explicit licensing from Valve. So since Classic Offensive didn't get explicit licensing, and they only got their project Greenlight on Steam, I guess that means that Valve was not okay with this coming out, even though it seemed like they were. So unfortunately, it seems like this game will never be coming out. I'm sure that there will be ways where you can get it like illegally, like you can pirate it or maybe download it on some sketchy website, but even then, the player count won't really be high enough to get into any actual good games. And this is really upsetting because I definitely was excited for this. I know a ton of other people were as well, but unfortunately, it just seems like that's the way that it is. And I highly doubt that Valve's decision will change anytime soon. By the way guys, we now have a Discord where I am doing a ton of giveaways. The most recent giveaway winner was actually just picked last week, and I will be doing a new giveaway next week. So if that is something that you are interested in, definitely make sure to join. The link will be down in the description below. It is also just a really cool place to hang out and talk with like-minded people, and also stay in the know about news relating to CS2, as I post most of the stuff that I make videos about in the Discord beforehand. Also, YouTube tells me that up to 90% of people watching this video right now are not subscribed. So if you just checked and you aren't, please make sure to hit that sub button and click the bell so that you never miss another upload. Thank you guys so much for watching to the end of the video. It really means the world to me, and I'll see you in the next one.